You know what I'm saying? You got the Yoruba language, you got the Igbo language, you got the Idoma language. You know, you got Hausa. You got different tribes, just in Nigeria. Then you got Ivory Coast. Then you got Ghana. They speak Twi. Then you got Angola. You got a lot of our people that speak Swahili. In Africa, you know how many languages our people speak just in that one continent? Alone. All these different languages, but we're the same flesh and blood. But we're the same one people. But we branched off and created different tribes and different so-called traditions. But we're the same flesh and blood. Once upon a time, we must have been together speaking the same language, if we look the same. You know what I'm saying? So it shows you over time, we kind of lost ourselves. To the point where if you go over there and tell a lot of them that they're Israelites, some of them still believe that they're Africans. A lot of them believe that they're Africans. They won't believe that they're Israelites. Some do, but a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
All right?
Small minority,
You don't think, seeing that Africa is the home where most of the black people are, people look like us. Our mirror is Africa. You know what I'm saying? Even if you say we're Israelites, our mirror is still Africa.
Your what?
Our mirror?
Yeah, your mirror.
Right. Our mirror would be Africa.
Why?
Because that's when we look, they look like us.
Who?
The people.
Because there's a lot, because not all Africans look the same. What Africans are you talking about?
Sub-Saharan, West. You know what I mean?
No, because you got a lot of Africans that don't look like us, like the people of Sudan.
Not the
Somalia,
Sudan?
the Ethiopians.
They look like us.
No, they don't.
They're a little darker.
Yeah, but they're not our people. They literally look different. Like if a man from Sudan stood here, you can literally see that he's nothing like you.
They're my friends. No, I know a lot of Sudanese guys. They're my friends.
Yeah, but they're not your people. They're not your people though. You see how long his motherfucking arms are, bro?
Yeah, they're taller than me.
Yeah, exactly. They're taller than you.
Yeah,
because they're the Egyptians.
Say again?
They're the original Egyptians.
I believe it.
They enslaved your people.
You think so?
They did. They said it's biblical.
Yeah.
We were slaves for them. Yeah. You were slaves for them. You was working hand and foot for them. While they were popping your women.
People make mistakes.
For 400 years they were making mistakes.
They didn't do it for 400 years. They didn't do it for 400 years.
It was. We were slaves for them for 400, so they were making mistakes for that long. I don't think that's not a mistake, man. That's called deliberation. It's not a mistake. They knew what they were doing.
They didn't do it. They didn't do it for 400 years.
Yeah, they did. It's in the scriptures.
You know something? Let me see that. Listen.
Listen, no.
I often think to myself that the educational system here is different than that of America. And I want to get it clear first. You think the 400 years of slavery were the Egyptians over other black people?
Us, yeah, our people.
You think that's what it is?
That's what it was.
Okay, in America, we think that the 400 years were from 1600 when we landed over there in America, and we were enslaved by white people.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's what we think. That's what we think. So that's the educational system. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we may not see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah. So you don't believe that your people were slaves for the Egyptians. So you believe that you are an Egyptian?
No, I don't believe I'm an Egyptian.
So who are the Egyptians?
The Egyptians.
Did they disappear? Did they disappear? Or do their descendants still exist today?
Oh, descendants have to exist today, unless they were totally slaughtered out, which
is not happening. So where are they today?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You just said.
I think the Egyptians got all mixed up, like a lot of the northern African people did by the Arabs and Europeans. That's what I think.
Yeah, but according to their father's land, they would still exist today.
They don't not exist. I don't think they don't exist. I think they got mixed in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they still exist. But who are they today?
I think they're the same people that are there. Some left, of course. You know what I'm saying?
The Egyptians are the people of Sudan, the Dinka tribe. The two ones. They clearly look different from us. Like you can literally see the differentiation between the East Africans and the West Africans. They're not the same.
A lot of the East Africans from the Horn got mixed in with the Italians.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. What I'm trying to say is
I'm not arguing. I'm looking for understanding.
Right.
I'm not debating you, I promise you.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying that the West African predominantly, those are our people. They're Israelites. If you check a lot of their customs, they circumcise their sons, their newborn, their sons on the 8th day. That's biblical. That's part of the heritage of their ancestors, carried down to this present day. Like the Yoruba, the people of Ghana, they circumcise their sons on the 8th day after they're born. That's in the Bible. So that shows you that they're Israelites.
Yeah.
The certain words that they speak, that's of Hebrew origin, man. Like they say things like Wahala. Wahala means evil or trouble. But Wahala that's of Hebrew origin.
Yeah.
Wahala, you know what I'm saying? Wahala. That's Hebrew. That's Hebrew right there.
That's right. I'll show this.
Go on then.
This is a book by an Israelite. It's from Nigeria. All right. It's called the Igbos. They're the biggest tribe in Nigeria. Right. Now, when you go to page 11, it shows you a slave auction site in America. You know when slavery was going on? If you look at it, it says find Hebrews. Right, which is a corrupt version of Hebrews. So this white man, he knew exactly who we were, man. Because the Africans, for example, Nigeria, I always like to bring this example. The houses in Nigeria, they're Africans, man. Ask any Igbo or Yoruba, they're dull, they're boring. Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
You know, Nollywood, you know, the whole film industry is run by who? Igbos, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the majority of them. So houses were rounded up, the Igbo and the Yoruba, give them to the whites and the Arabs. So, I mean, we're both black, but we look
Different.
we have different customs. And like the Aborigines in Australia, they've never ever touched Africa, but they look dark.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This man here and his westernized education system, man.
Yeah.
Malcolm X did say it, only a fool will let his enemy teach his children.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we're where we are today, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, not all Africans are the same. There's different people in Africa. There's even white people that are Africans. Yeah, they know that they think they're Africans. So you're trying to say that they're
Dutch.
huh?
They're Dutch.
Yeah, but they're Africans. They're in Africa. They've been living in them for a long time. So they you know.
So that means you're not American.
What do you mean?
That means you're not American.
Why is that?
Because they were born in Africa. Generation and generations of them were born in Africa.
Yeah.
Generation, you were born in America.
Yeah.
So you mean you're not American? Are you American?
Okay.
Exactly.
No,
So
I agree.
Right.
I agree that they're not, and I am not. We both not.
Having this piece of it's Exodus 11 and 7, it says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that they may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So there's a difference between the Sudanese and the so-called West Africans and the people on this side. There's a difference. They got long ass arms, boy.
They do.
Like if they play basketball, they
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're a lot taller. They got longer arms.
yeah. They were your former slave masters, man. They your ancient slave masters. Yeah.
People make mistakes.
So bruv, not for 400 years, man. A mistake is something that, oops, you know. If you're continuously doing it for centuries, that ain't no mistake. That's called deliberation, man.
But there's judgment for that mistake, man.
Like Esau, when Esau enslaved us for 400 years, are you gonna turn around and say that he was hanging us on the trees if that was a mistake? That wasn't no mistake, bro. That was systematic. He's still doing it to this day. It's called eugenics, man. He's trying to wipe us out. That's not a mistake. It's something that they've been meticulously doing for a long ass time, man. They have an agenda. No, it's something that they've been annually doing. They have annual meetings to wipe us out. Figure out, trying to experiment on melanin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our intestines, trying to harvest our intestines. And it's not a mistake. They know what they're doing. They're your enemy. You have enemies. That's one thing that the Israelite man does not want to acknowledge, that you do have enemies. And your enemies are of the other nations of people. They look down on you, all right, and they prey upon you. I know you might not like that, but that's just
I just explained to you my circumstances.
So, man, I used to be like, I thought us Sierra Leoneans were Africans. My friend told me years ago that we're Israelites. For years, I just blanked him. I didn't accept it. Just when the Lord wakes you up, He wakes you up. You know? They taught us bullshit.
We all believe in this.
Yeah.
We read this. Psalms 83 and 1 says, "Keep not thy silence." I read it verbatim. "Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee lifted up their head.
Yep.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones."
So it says crafty counsel, meaning they meet in secret to destroy us. See?
They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
There you go. Name of Israel. So rather than call ourselves Israelites, they want us to call ourselves what? Africans, man. When it was the Africans that were rounding us up, and there's a good video, you should watch it, man. I'll write it down for you. It's a Israelite from the tribe of Judah in America. He meets a true African. You've seen that, innit? You know the one where the African confesses that he rounded us up? Yeah, man. It's called African Confessions or something like that. You listen to this African man, he's talking about us with disdain. That's why when Nelson Mandela went to America in the 90s, they said, "Are you going to go and visit the African American community?" You know what he said? "I'm here to speak about my people." He made a distinction, man. See?
It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent.
UN, man.
They are confederate against thee.
Yep.
The tabernacles of Edom."
Tabernacles of Edom, that's the so-called white people, man. They're our number one enemy, man. And you know that, right? No, but you know it though. You know it though. Okay, fair enough.
And the Ishmaelites
Ishmaelites are them damn Arabs.
of Moab,
Moab is the Chinese.
the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes is a sect of Africans.
the Baal,
The Baal set of Africans.
Ammon,
Ammon is Japanese because they were buying us off the Chinese. Chinese got us from the Arabs. Continue.
and Amalek,
And Amalek is those Jewish people, man. They were heavily involved in the slave trade.
the Philistines,
Africans,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Tyre and Zidon, right?
Assur also is joined with them.
Yep.
They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah.
See, so all these nations, it weren't just the white man, all these other nations came together to do this. This is all biblical, man. And that's why a lot of our people in America, you must have seen camps like this in America. Have you seen this? What state are you from? Oh, okay. Is that Maryland or? Yeah. I got family over there. And when my cousin from there came over about 6 years ago, at Christmas, we don't celebrate Christmas now, but at Christmas we were talking about September 11th. And she was born and raised in America, and she couldn't believe that 9/11 was an inside job. Everyone on the table was like, "How can you not know that?" Nope. But
That's kind of good.
it's not good. You need to know the truth about these things. Why is it good?
She can live her life and live her life.
Yeah, but living her life the way she wants to do, that's the reason why we went into slavery, man. The Lord said to us, keep the
We didn't
commandments.
go into slavery, we're in slavery.
We're still in slavery now. Yeah, he's right about that. You're right about that. We are still in slavery. We are
You
still in
can't even
slavery.
speak the truth, and you don't think
No.
crazy?
I agree.
Come on.
We are still in slavery.
Yeah, come on, man.
Got that Baruch, is it 3 and 8? One of them anyway, Baruch 3 and 8. The Bible says that as well, man. Until, alright, you got it, ready?
Baruch 3 and 8. It
Yep.
says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
Yep.
but thou hast scattered us
Yep.
for a reproach and a curse,
Yep.
and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power."
How did we get scattered? Slave trade, man. Most of the slaves went to Brazil. A lot of people don't know that, you know. A lot of people think that it was just America, the majority. Brazil had more. Loads, man.
All the islands, West Indies,
Yeah, all of them.
Jamaica,
Antigua,
everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah, but
They populated the earth with us.
that's right, they did. I asked you a question, are they your enemy? And you kind of wavered a bit. The Bible's telling you that they're your enemy. You're
The Bible says it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't need the Bible to know that these whites are your enemy, man. come on, they're your number one enemy.
What have they done to help you? What have they done to show you that they're your friends?
Yeah.
That's the question. And if you don't think they're your enemy, then you would have to explain how they're your friend.
You know what I'm saying?
It's slightly different than just there.
Yeah, man. See, you have to understand, you know about the Willie Lynch system, yeah?
I know about it.
Oh, okay, you know about everything.
I can believe that.
Revelations 13 and 9. let's just show you what your alright. Sorry. These guys who you say that it's not your enemy, they're our enemies and the Lord's gonna destroy them, man.
Okay. It's Revelation 13 and 9, and it says,
Yep.
if any man have an ear, let him hear.
Yep.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So according to God, if you lead a nation in slavery, eventually you're gonna go into slavery. That's fair, right? It's karma. See?
And it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
And this white man did kill us with the sword, man. The tribe of Gad, who's the North American Indians. It's a man, I can't remember his name is Gatling son. He made the first automatic, the Gatling gun. And he did it purposely to exterminate them, man. There's only 6 million of them left now in America. And they're still on reservations.
Yeah.
In Canada they call it reserves, isn't it? It's still there to this day, yeah? So that's what's going to happen to them. They led us into captivity. They're going to go into captivity on us, man. Alright? Go on.
It's Isaiah 60 and 10, and it says, the sons of strangers shall build thy walls,
Yep.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
You know what? It's sarcasm. So this is like, what we're teaching is the truth, but at the end of the day, the Lord said that some of our people, they're not going to receive it. Because if you look at our communities, they're in the right mess. And the answers are in this Bible, man. But they don't like to listen, our people. They only listen to Master, man. Oh, okay. Ignore that. Ignore him, man.
It's Isaiah 14 and 1, and it says,
Yep.
for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
See, the Lord is having mercy on you today, bringing you here. It's like you're hearing, you might not receive it now, do you know what I'm saying? But, you know.
I just exposed my whole truth to you.
No.
You believe I don't understand your truth?
No, all I'm saying is the Lord has had mercy on you because He brought you here to hear this truth. That's what I'm saying, yeah?
Okay.
See?
And it says, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
There you go, and choose Israel. You're an Israelite like me, man. And set us in our own land. You brought it out before, innit? Galatians 4:26, Jerusalem. That's our land. Right now, who's over there, man? Arabs are over there. Ethiopians are over there. The white man is over there. And they're doing wickedness in that land, man. See?
And it says, and strangers shall be joined with them,
Yep.
and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
When it says strangers, it's talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. Because our people are scattered everywhere now, man. Especially because of that slave trade. And remember, everyone talks about the transatlantic slave trade. The Arab slave trade was brutal, man. When you read about it, every slaves, 2 of them were women, man. And the mortality rate on the ship was only like 20% of the cargo survived. Them Arabs, man. See?
And it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Yep.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Yep.
For servants and handmaids.
There you go, servants and handmaids, man. So this white man that you're a bit on the fence with, whether they're your enemy or not, this white man's going to be a slave to us.
You're on the fence with him.
Huh? What did you say?
Then I'm on the fence with him?
Well, I asked you, are white
funny.
people your enemy? I did ask you, are white people your enemy? You waved a bit, man.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But you know what? A lot of our people were like that. The Lord is bringing us out of that mentality, man.
Yeah.
This compromising spirit.
yeah.
Hey, listen, man. To arrest 2 black men because they're in Starbucks coffee house,
Right.
because they were waiting for someone or whatever, it shows you that they're your enemy, man.
Yeah.
That's wicked. You heard about that case,
The
huh?
only thing that if you're going swimming, if you're swimming in your car, if you're mowing the grass,
Yeah.
if you're just doing your job, surveying properties as a fire inspector, whatever it is, man. And these are Edomites out in America right now. They're paying for that, man. Now they're losing their jobs because of the social media. They're calling the police on social leaders out there.
Yep.
And it's going on social media. So then what's happening after that is they're finding out where these people live, exposing them to their employees, and then the employees are getting rid of their ass.
That's
They can't be associated with people who are clearly white supremacists.
That's
They
right.
don't
Oh,
want,
yeah,
they don't want,
that's
they don't
true,
want
yeah.
Jakes out there to do anything, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't even
man.
breathe. You can't even use a coupon in a store without them calling the police on you.
Yeah, man.
'Cause that's what they think. Because they know that the police are there to basically put these niggas to death out there.
Yeah.
To put it bluntly. To put it bluntly.
Yeah. And they said in Chicago they put body cameras on the police. They're still shooting. They're still shooting our people. They just switch it off.
Yeah.
Done.
So what a little shot where they lift the body of the
They do it. No, they don't switch it off. They
Okay.
do it,
Yeah.
and they put it on TV.
Yeah.
And they say, "I'm scared of you.
See, no?
I was afraid for my life."
Right.
They don't turn it off.
Okay.
They do it,
Right.
and they show it to you right on television.
And then they just make an excuse.
Yeah.
See, there you go, man. And it's not. It's
Well,
not
come on, man.
It's not individuals. As a collective, they hate us, man. All right. But you know now, because we got political correctness, they're just talking to us. But the Bible says not to trust them, man. You got that one. Never trust thine enemy. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10.
A lot of it really means really the Heavenly Father man stirring up Jack.
Yeah.
It says Jack is crushed down like an old lion. Man. So
Yeah.
eventually, man, something has to happen in order for them literally to get off their feet and start some shit. Man.
Yeah. Like last year, the Confederate flag, isn't it?
Yeah, all that Black Lives Matter, all that BS. You know, it brings a lot of attention, man. To listen, regardless, through the system, you're not getting justice. How are you gonna get justice yourself?
Yeah.
By getting up and going and get justice yourself.
That's it. You can't rely on anyone, man, or except the Heavenly Father, man. He's the one that put us in this position because of our wickedness.
Isaiah 43:11.
Oh, you can get that one. I read that.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, it says,
Yep.
never trust thine enemies,
Yep.
for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So it says, never trust thy enemy. So we're never supposed to trust them, man.
And that's the Apocrypha.
Yeah,
Why do you read the Apocrypha?
because it was in King James 1611. When it was translated in 1611, it had 80 books. But once we were in slavery, because do you know that before slavery we were ruling Europe, right? You know that some of the slaves in America, 25 to 30% came from Europe.
When was slavery here? I don't know when slavery was here.
No, I'm saying, you know, the slavery in America.
Slavery in America.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, when it started in what, 1400s?
Something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Between 14 and 16.
Yeah, at that time we were ruling Europe, man, but us Israelites, we were ruling Europe. We were called Moors
Right.
in the Middle Ages.
Not.
Never heard of that?
No,
Never heard of that before?
never.
Oh, that's the reason why we're here, man.
That's the education system, man. Only told you that you're from Africa, man.
Yeah.
all these other
No doubt.
Yeah.
great men you read about, man, the ones that built this society, the one that built London,
Yep.
because London was built by the Irish, man. Negroes, man.
Yeah.
It became the center of, the financial center of the world, man, because of change.
Yeah. When we were ruling Europe,
Are you better Jews?
huh?
Are you better Jews?
No, we're Israelites.
Oh, shalom.
Oh, Jewish?
Yeah.
Alright, get Revelation 2 and 9. Oh, wait, alright, so you mean you're Jewish, so what tribe are you from?
I'm from the Russian tribe.
No, but what's the tribe called?
I don't know.
Who's Jewish? Your mom or your dad? Both of them, man. Okay. Well, those people that are in Israel right now, they're not the real Jews.
Yeah.
Right? They're converts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No? And we were just talking about it. They financed the slave trade. You know that? The biggest slavers were Jewish people, man. Aaron Lopez, who else is there? Aaron Lopez, Isaac the Costa, etc. Now, who's running the earth right now? Job 9.
The Jews.
The Jews. There you go. At least
They
he's...
run in Hollywood, everything.
They're running Hollywood. Are they running it in righteousness or wickedness? There you go, man. Hey,
My mom and dad always told me the first Jewish people are from Ethiopia because that's where we come from. That's what the Torah says originally. That we're from
Okay.
Ethiopia.
That's what it
I
says?
heard, yeah.
That's what you
I'm
heard?
not going for a geek, but that's what we're told.
Okay.
That we come from Ethiopia because that's where the better Jews are from. Then we
Okay.
split up into a tribe.
Fair enough, okay. So you think you're a Jew or Jewish? Because ISH, if you put it on any word, it means potatoes.
Probably Jew.
Yeah, you wish you was
Because I
a Jew.
stay away from
Stay away from pork. But that's good, don't worry. You can eat whatever you want, man. But very soon, these men here, we're gonna rule over everyone. Alright? Because we're the real Jews, man. And the Bible said the real Jews were going to slavery in ships. Your ancestors financed it.
No, my ancestors were the slaves. My grandfather was killed by Germans. Literally his first slit on a field.
On your father's side?
Yeah, on my father's side.
Alright, where was your father from again?
Russia.
Russia, yeah?
Yeah, Alexandria.
Jewish, man. Definitely Hamites. Definitely Hamites.
Yeah.
Alright, good luck, sir.
Alright. You better say good luck to yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean? But you know what? I asked her a question, are they ruling in righteousness or wickedness? She never hesitated. We had a woman like that last year in Peckham. She was into golf and all that. And we said, who is running the world? She goes, we are. Who's destroying the world? She says, we are. That's rare, man. That's very, very rare. Alright? Got that, Job?
Yes, Job 9 and 24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's it.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covereth the faces of the judges. Jesus, the one you call Jesus, he made him from a black man into a white man. He covered his face. Continue.
Caesar Borgia.
He says, if not, where and who is it?
If not, where and who is he? So the Lord is saying, if they're not the wicked, who else? They're the wickedest race on the planet Earth. That's why you being here, we're drilling it into you, but we're telling you, you gotta realize they're your enemy, man. It doesn't mean you go around hitting them on your head. You got to be wary of them. That scripture said what? Never trust thine enemy, right? All right. Oh, there's more in that one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the Book of Enoch.
No. We don't have to look at it. We only deal with like 66 books and basically. I read that.
Right, so this is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 11. It says, though he humbled himself to win about the enemy.
Just start from the beginning again.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
See, like her, she came up, she was smiling, she was all nice, but she's my enemy. I'm not supposed to trust her. Continue.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
Did not she humble herself? She weren't being boisterous with us. Continue.
Yet take good heed and beware of him.
There you go. And if James Bird, do you remember James Bird? 1998, beaten up by two white men who was his friends, tied him to a back of a pickup truck down south in America, I can't remember which state, dragged him for 5 miles, man.
Yeah, and then put one leg here and one leg here. And then
No. This one was when they tied this so-called African American to a truck.
Yeah.
And it was his two friends he was drinking with. They were both Edomites, whites, and they dragged him, and they couldn't even find all his body parts.
Yeah.
But you know why? Because he didn't obey this, man.
It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
That's it. So they still got that hatred for us, but right now they keep it under wraps. You know what I mean?
You should know that because
Donald
Trump has caused them to come out.
Yeah.
The way they feel.
Yeah.
They haven't hidden anything.
Yeah, Donald Trump is.
He's so up, man. Because you got the Slaka, if I can say, you've got the extreme racists. The reason why they don't like him is not for the same reason why we don't like him.
Yeah.
They don't like him because he exposes them for what they truly feel. Because they like to do it, their racism under the radar.
Yeah.
And he coming out so blatantly, so it makes us, whereas you hesitated to point out your enemy, it makes us not inhesitant. We know who our enemy is, and their power is being Satan, which is to deceive. So he's exposing the whole game plan.
See, he's not mixing his words, you see. And well, we know that presidents are picked, but let's just say presidents are elected. That shows you that the majority of the people in America hate the Israelites, because the Mexicans. He used to go on about the Mexicans, didn't he? He said he's going to build a wall. How can he build a wall in a country that doesn't even belong to them, man?
Say that. Even if it was Hillary's still racist, but she's just sinking on it.
Yeah.
We all know that her idol's that Margaret Sanger, right?
Margaret Sanger, yeah.
And she's the one that she started the Planned Parenthood, right?
Eugenics, eugenics, you know?
And she said that she felt that like, the Negro race was like these that needed to be basically.
She said they need to be destroyed. And she said the best way to destroy them is in the church. And that church is destroying our people, man. Big time.
Yeah, Barack Obama is the same as well. He ain't our people anyway, man.
Yeah, Barack Obama.
Against us.
Yeah, and he deported more people than Trump. Barack Obama. You know? So all these leaders, don't need to have no faith in these leaders, man.
Yeah.
Habakkuk 2 and 1. Our faith is going to come in the Heavenly Father, you know? Oh, yeah, all right. Isaiah 43:11. But hang on, I was going to say this. Well, you live here in London. How long have you been here for? London? Oh, just 2 weeks. Is this a holiday or? Yeah. Oh, see, okay. I'll give you, it's up to you anyway, but I'll give you, there's our website down here. All right. And there's our YouTube channel, but you have to write it like that. Exactly like that. Put in the YouTube search engine, subscribe to it. GMS London Forecast. Yeah, that's the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Because you see how we're recording it today? Yeah. Yeah. That's not the only one, but that's the one where we put these videos on there. You know what I mean? But once, years ago, when we came to King's Cross, there was this African American guy, and these whites called the police on us. He was the first one to run to them and say, yeah, they're teaching hate.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, do you remember that? Yeah. And it's crazy because he was saying, oh, down south they lynched our people, burnt them. Yeah, but we're sticking up for our people.
Yeah.
And we're saying that, listen, all of that is not going to be just shoved on the side. The Lord's going to pay them back. And then when the police came, he was the first one to say they're teaching hate, man. That's our people, man.
Yeah.
That's how they are.
So the same boat.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, I've got 2 and 1, yeah.
I've changed it. Oh, you changed it.
Habakkuk 2 and 1.
I know.
It says, I will stand upon my watch
Yep.
and set me upon the tower, and I will watch
All right,
to see
man.
what
Take
he
care,
will say unto me.
All right, man. What's your name, boss?
Terry.
Terry, yeah? Your cow. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Terry.
Terry, huh?
Yeah. All right, Terry.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Habakkuk 2 and 1, it says,
Yep.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me,
Yep.
and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
See, it's good to be corrected, man. Because no disrespect to that guy, he knows that they're his enemy, but he couldn't say out of his mouth. A nigga like that is not gonna make it, man, unless he changes.
And he said he spoke the truth, man. That's why he said he was a target over there, because he spoke the truth.
There you go. He said he's talking about telling the truth. You know, we're talking about all the wickedness they done to him, but he couldn't say that they are his enemy. And that nigga 2 weeks ago, remember that nigga that I was speaking to down there? He was saying it's a white man's book. King James was a white man. I cut him, man. Showed him that King James was black. And then at the end, he tried to shake my hands. Because you niggas have got a lot of pride, man. That's the pride that's gonna make you get put to death, that pride, man.
With that guy, the problem still up there. With the problem with that guy is that he had that fear. He's still got the fear of the white man. That's the reason why they don't want to make that big step.
Yeah. That's
all,
right. It is. It's fair, man. You're supposed to fear Yahweh Shimei Shai, not them, man. All right. So you said you want to preach it. It's Hosea. Hosea 3 and 6, it says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. There you go. It says, thou shalt reject knowledge, I also shall reject thee. So if he doesn't take on board this truth and come into that, the Lord's going to put that nigga to death, man. That four-eyed nigga to death. All right, continue. And it says that thou shalt be no priest to me. You can't see a nigga like that being a priest in the mindset that he's in right now. No way, man. Continue. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. There you go. That's why your children are getting gunned down at alarming rates, man. Because, and then when you tell them that's the reason why, they still don't change. It's like if someone told me something that would help me greatly, I would run to it. Do you know what I mean? The brothers were saying about what's it called? Getting a better diet because I got sickle cell and all that. And the brother's been going on at me for weeks, constantly. So in the last 2 weeks, I've been augmenting my diet to eat more healthier things. But let's just say if I didn't do it, who's gonna suffer? Me. So guys like that, man. If the Lord ain't dealing with them, he's gonna be a nigga and he's gonna be put to death, man. Alright? That's why the Lord said, I will forget your children. That's why the Lord's allowing your children to be gunned down, man. Got to have a good one still? Yeah, Isaiah 3 and 11. Just start from the top.
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
See?
And what I shall answer when I am reproved.
And you know what? Even though that guy's bugged out, and one of his camp members is there, this guy Shan, but about 6 months ago, no, about a year ago, he said when we was in Peckham, the Israelites that come up to us, they're not even amazed by us being in Bibles and breaking scriptures down and bringing out history. They're so dead. It's just like, all right.
If it's Edomites, like if it's Edomites, they'd be like hanging on a different word. Like,
Yeah, man.
He says.
Yeah.
It's like
They don't
so
bother.
cold, innit?
It's like they're dead, man. And that's why Ezekiel 37, we know it's about you niggas, man. Because you're spiritually gone, man. Nothing, no credibility, you've got no pride, you've got no integrity, nothing, man. All right? And we're standing upon the watch. And we're really doing it for the Heavenly Father and the Son. But really, we're still doing it for the whole nation, man. We're telling you about martial law. We're telling you about Jacob's trouble. We're telling you about GMO foods. Do they care? They don't care, man. That's how you know that. Our people, they're very wicked, man. Alright? The so-called white man, he's wicked, but our people are very, very wicked, man. See?
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
There you go. So we're explaining it plainly, but these niggas don't get excited when they find out they're Israelites, and they don't have no fear when you tell them about martial law. But that's Amos 9 and 8 anyway. You know, all the sinners of my people die by the sword, say that it won't overtake us. We'll see, man. See?
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
There you go, so it's going to come. See?
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
There you go. So this, what's it called? Economic collapse, Jacob's trouble. You can get that, Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right, all of that's going to come to pass, man. So we have to warn you about that. And that's why the brothers in this truth, whatever you're going through, you got to bear your cross, man. This week I've had a terrible, terrible week, health-wise, everything. But I still made sure I could come out here, man. There's no excuses, you know what I'm saying? If the Lord didn't give me enough strength, I know that the Lord is with us, so he gives me the strength to come out here, man. Alright? What's that, Isaiah 43:11, yeah?
Isaiah 43:11, and it says, even I, am Yahweh, and beside me there is no Savior.
That's it. The Lord, he's our Savior, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Yahweh Shai, the word means Savior, man. So that's why Malcolm X got put to death. Who else? Khalid Muhammad got put to death. You know? Now, when you look at them so-called leaders, was Malcolm X telling our people that they had to change their character? Did he say be transformed by the renewing of your mind? No, he didn't. He just said the white man is the white. He said some good things, but ultimately you can't be a nigger and get into the kingdom. All right? So he wasn't the savior, man. Yahweh Shai is the savior. That's why all those leaders, so-called leaders, they're gone, man. They got put to death. That's it. No man shall buy you, which means to redeem. Yeah, no one's going to save you, man. Okay?
Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
There you go. That time is coming very much, very, very soon, man. Get Matthew 24 and 21. That time is coming very, very soon. Zechariah 13 and 8 as well. Alright? That's why sometimes it might sound like a broken record, but hey, we have to concentrate on prophecy, man. That's what's coming next. You know?
Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord.
See, it says all the lands, man. Don't know who it was before, but some joker said that it means just America. What, are Israelites just scattered in America? It's called a New World Order, man. So it's, you know, It's going to be everywhere. So that's why he said all the land. See?
Two parts, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Yep.
But the third shall be left therein.
That's right. So 66% of our people, you're going to be done away with, man. See?
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
And that's the reason why the Heavenly Father does what he does, man. Because I know that the Lord is with me. I know he's with these brothers. But at the end of the day, still got things that the Lord is purging us.
Yeah.
Because we're still under punishment.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? That's what I say look, if you make me about 30% better, I could do more of your workload. But the Lord is like, you know what? Well, I will do it, but not now. Right now you got to suffer. And he's leading his hand and he's crushing me. But I have to keep enduring, man. All right? And that is going to keep you in good stead when the real trouble comes. See?
I'm going to start speaking.
You're going to speak now, yeah? Third part.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Yep.
And I will refine them as silver is refined.
And that's how you get refined. Like, you know, the England football team, they got to the semi-finals, right? All right. Why did they do better in this tournament than the other tournaments? What made them, you know what I mean? What made them better? Because they went through adversity and they learned from that adversity.
Oh, this guy? Yeah, tell him to come back.
This guy, anyway,
that's
he came up to see us.
I don't know, he just came up.
Oh, he's saying up here. All right, you take over.
Yeah. We called him so he can read.
With the bar?
Yeah, call him. Yeah, so when you read.
So Zechariah 13. I'll start again. From 8, yeah. Zechariah 13 and 8. It shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Yeah, man. So I mean, at the end of the day, hey, 2/3 of our people are gonna be put out, and that's all due because they don't want to listen to the prophets. Okay, and I mean, at the end of the day, if our people don't get their act together, they're gonna be destroyed, man. And that even goes to certain guys in the truth. Cause you got certain guys that's in the truth, man. They're not doing what they're supposed to be fucking doing. Okay, they're not putting their videos up. Okay, they're taking the piss, right? And all of this nonsense, man. The scripture says to seek the Lord 10 times more. Somebody give me that. Let me see if I can find where that scripture's at. Yeah, that's in I think that's in Peter's. Yeah, the scripture says to seek the Lord 10 times more. So if you engrave no stone, man, you gotta be pushing those videos out there. Okay, and I shouldn't have to keep saying put videos out there. You should already know that's an old order going all the way back to 2016, I believe. Okay, so if you're not performing that order, man, and you ain't a part of this thing, man. Okay? You're not a part of this thing. You just bullshitting around and you trying to find loopholes. There's no loophole in this thing, man. Okay? Because you even got 2/3 that are in the shoe too. Okay? What's your nationality? Oh, she was just looking at the sign. Anyway, like I was saying, right? Huh? Well, she ain't no Jew. She's just a regular Edomite that's claiming himself to be a Jew. Go on.
It's a Baruch 4 and 28, and it says, "For as it was in your mind to go astray from the Most High,
Right.
so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
Okay, so it's in Baruch. So you have to seek the Lord all that you can, and if you ain't doing videos, you pray. And that's what I'm starting to do. Like if there's a time where I can't do another video, I'm gonna pray. All right. Once I get done doing my 3 videos, I pray, and then the next following day I'll do another video, your 4th video. Okay, so you have to be diligent in this thing. There's no taking breaks. We don't do breaks in GMS. That whole break thing. Okay, if you're gonna be a part of GMS, you better take that break thing out of your mind, man. Cause there ain't no such thing as no damn break. We're here to do work, man. We're not out here to just lump around the place like we ain't got shit to do. We got things to do, man. Okay? We got things to do. We got to be putting up shows. Okay? And putting this work out there. Go on. Read that verse again. Go back to the book again.
You know, and it's a damn shame, man. You got certain guys that's putting a lot of years in, and they not doing what they supposed to be fucking doing, man. It's ridiculous. Go on, dude.
And it says Baruch 4. And
you know, I don't cut the brother. You got younger brothers that's doing more work, that's putting in more work than the guys that's supposed to be on point. It's ridiculous, man. Go on, bro.
It says, for as it was in your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek Him 10 times more.
Right, being retained, seek Him 10 times more, man. So we're supposed to seek. So let's say, for example, you have a car now that's doing 60. Let's say you have an airplane that's doing 60 miles an hour, right? And then it does 600 miles an hour. That's a fast plane. You better get out the way. Because if you don't get out the way, you're gonna be that plane is gonna run you over, and you're gonna be statistics on the floor. Okay, you're gonna be blown to pieces, asunder, if you don't move out of the way of that plane. So that means you gotta be on you have to be on high gear. You have to be on top gear, man, when you come in this shoot. Okay? Not when you come in, but when you're in this shoot, you gotta be on the highest gear.
I knew, but like.
And if you can't be on the highest gear, man, and you bullshitting around, hey, the Lord is gonna spit you out His mouth, man. Because it's getting to that point where certain guys are gonna be spit out. Go on, bro.
So Hebrews 6 and 11, and it says, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of the hope unto the end.
Right. We all do the same diligence. Read that verse again.
It says, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of the hope unto the end.
Right. So if there's a brother that's diligent, and you're supposed to follow that same brother that's diligent, man. You ain't supposed to be just doing one video a week. Okay? We're supposed to be pushing it. Hey, the scripture says, right, in John 7 and 30, I believe it's 8, it says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, shall flow rivers of living water. Now that's metaphorical in terms of the understanding of this Bible here. So if you have all of this understanding, then you're supposed to bring out the understanding so you can pretty much regain the elect of the nation of Israel. As it states in the scriptures as well, it says that the harvest is many, but the laborers are few. Meaning we got work to do. Okay, there's work that has to be done. Go on, dude.
Verse 12, and it says, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises.
That you be not slothful in the business. Because this is the Lord's work, man. So if let's say, for example, you at the job, you're going to do a damn good job working for Esau. But when it comes to working for the Lord, you don't want to step it up. That means you have no respect. Okay, that means you have no fucking respect, man. You're taking this thing for a joke. Because the scriptures also states that the person that knows what to do, knows the right, I'm roughly paraphrasing that, right? That knows more concerning righteousness and doesn't do it, shall be beaten with many stripes. So if you know better, you gotta do better. All of this worldly bullshit, man, you gotta forget about this bullshit, man. Because this shit is gonna be destroyed by way of nuclear fire real soon. You got cats playing games, man. This ain't no game, man. And if you out there playing games, you're gonna be mixing with that nuclear fire. Okay, because it's definitive that a nuclear war is gonna happen, and it's definitive that large amounts of people are gonna die out here. And I wouldn't want to be a part of that outcome. Alright, so this is why I'm out here doing the work, and these brothers are out here doing the work. Because we know the severity of what's to come in the future. Go on.
It's Philippians 2 and 12, and it says, wherefore my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right, and you have to have that fear in you. If you don't have that fear of the Lord in you, man, then you know what? You're not going to do a very good job. And it's not bad fear, it's righteous fear. People think, why would you want to fear God for? God is all love. What is there to fear? No, you have to fear the Lord so you can do the right thing. It's psychological. Go on, you got something else.
2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Right, I like that. Read that again, I love that.
Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Right, examine yourselves that ye be in the faith. So if you in this thing, then you have to do all that you can do to the best of your ability, man. Okay, you don't want to put this truth under a napkin. I'm metaphorically speaking. Okay, the Lord gave us a talent, but you got certain guys that putting it in napkins, man. They playing games and they trying to find loopholes and they bullshit. Give me Revelations 3 and what is it, 15?
Just examine yourself. It's enough.
That's it.
Examine yourself righteously.
That's it.
And if you can't do that, then you are not.
You ain't a part of it, man. You ain't a part of the elect.
Yeah, you are correct, brother.
You understand? And he's not even in the camp, but he understands what he's saying.
Yes.
It is what it is, man. So,
my brother, I fear the man.
That's
the
it.
Big man, and maybe more than I.
Right.
The faith.
Right. That's it, man.
But I do examine myself.
That's it.
Daily.
But a guy that's in the camp, he has to really examine himself, especially if he's a part of the four heads of the camp. He has to really examine himself because you gotta make sure that you down packed with the scriptures, man. And if you ain't walking in the spirit, hey man, and you bullshitting, the Lord is gonna spit you out. Yes, so give me that. Oh, you already got it, yeah?
Revelation 3 and 15.
Okay, yeah, drop that, brother. 1 minute. Get that.
It's 2 Peter 1 and 10, and it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Right. Rather, brethren, read it again.
It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Right, but rather, brethren, other words, be diligent to make your calling and election sure. Because we don't know for surety that we're a part of the elect. But by us being a part of the elect, we have to fulfill the workings of the Lord to the best of our ability. You understand? Because it's all about investing your time. When you invest your time in this world, you're making your calling and your election sure. But when you're just doing the bare minimum, you're going to get the bare minimum results. Like the scripture says, whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. So if you're working in very little, you're going to receive very little in return. Okay, give me something in Matthew 7, and I think it's 20, where it says, many shall call on the name of the Lord, but he won't hear them. Only those that do the work of the Father, something like that. So you gotta do the work of the Father, man. The minute you enter the realms of this truth, you gotta be serious about what you're doing. You gotta,
Yeah, Matthew 7 and 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
That's it, go on.
But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
That's it. So it's all about those that are doing the will of the Father. What's the will of the Father? Coming out in the highways and the byways, pushing his work, looking silly amongst the people. Okay. Also doing your videos as well, pushing your videos out there, which is your modern day epistles, letters to the believers, to encourage the believers. Okay, although we're doing this for ourselves, but we also doing this to seal the elect and to encourage those that believe. Read that again.
Matthew 7 and 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, so just because you know the name of the Lord don't mean you're going to make it. Because you're going to want to be destroyed. A lot of guys in this truth, and even a lot of people that are outside of this truth that don't believe, they're going to be destroyed, man. Okay, but those that are going to be saved out of here through this nuclear destruction, or out of this nuclear destruction, let me say that one better, correct myself there. Those are going to be the ones that believe and that did his work. Go on.
It says, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
He that doeth the will of my Father, that which is in heaven. So it's all about doing the work.
Not just saying his name.
Right. I mean, you can say his name, but if you ain't doing the right works, then you're not going to make it.
I go to church sometimes, and there's people there, and they're not righteous.
Absolutely.
They are there for their pride.
That's it.
Within the church, within their standing, for their vanity.
Right.
And they are knowing the name of the Lord, and they are not doing his will.
They're not doing his will.
Yes.
They're not doing his will. Because, see, a lot of people don't know the name of the Lord, you understand? But what he's saying is correct, because you have a lot of people that go to church, right, every given Sunday, and they don't really believe, man. Okay, they're not really, when you actually put a Christian to the test, you find out that he's full of shit, man. That's what you find out. Because I've dealt with Christians. I was a Christian before. I dealt with them. I know what they're like. They're full of shit. You know, there was a time I came out of church, right? And there was two women fighting after they just heard the so-called word of God. They were fighting outside the church. And this is what happens. And then you have the pastors. What they'll do is they'll actually, sleep with the man's wife that goes to that church. So there's a lot of malarkey going on.
Verse 22, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Right.
And in thy name have cast out devils?
Right.
And in thy name have done many wonderful works?
Right.
And then I will confess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me,
workers of iniquity.
ye that work iniquity.
That's it, man. So it's going to get to that point where certain guys that are in Israel and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they keep going down that route, that path, they're going to find themselves in that lake of fire. Okay, it's a two-way. There's one way. Matter of fact, give me that in Matthew 7 and where it speaks about the straight gate. It's in Matthew 7 and I believe it's 13.
Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right, so you have another gate, which is the broader gate, which leadeth to destruction. So what is the broader gate? The broader gate is going to be filled with people that are going to just be unbelievers, do what they want to do, and live their life the way they want to live it, or they could be in the truth and they playing fucking games, man. Okay, they talking a good game, but they ain't walking a good game. Okay, that's the broad gate right there. But the straight gate now, which is the narrow gate, only a few there that can go into that gate. They're gonna be set up and they're gonna be saved, man. Okay, so read that again.
It says, enter ye at the straight gate,
right.
For wide is the gate and broad is the gate that leadeth to destruction.
Right, broad is the gate that leadeth to destruction. Go on.
And many there be which go in thereat.
Go on.
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way,
right,
which leadeth unto life.
That's
and
it.
few be there that find it.
That's it. So the few there be that find that particular narrow gate, they're gonna be sanctioned unto life. They're gonna be saved. Okay, but within this narrow gate, the straight gate, which when you look at the word straight, as our apostles, told us and taught us, the word straight means to be in a position of difficulty. So when you're in this truth, things are going to be hard most of the times. It's going to seem like your life is upside down. Okay, but you got to deal with it and endure it into the end, because that's going to show and prove that you believe.
Okay. Last will later be first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it may seem like we're in last place, but in the kingdom, we're going to be the first in power. You understand? That's how it goes down. But you got to be putting the work first. The work has to be played out first, man. So yeah, go on, read that.
This is First Peter's.
Okay, you're going.
First Peter's 1 and 6, and it says,
man, take care.
It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. The trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of the Hawashai.
That's it, man. That's all it takes right there. Because see, when you're putting in that work, man, this gonna come a time where you might not really feel like doing a video. But that's the time to do a video. When you don't feel like doing a video. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is you're exercising your belief in the Lord. You're showing forth that, Lord, I mean business, man. I'm genuine and I truly believe. Okay, that's when you do what you have to do when you don't want to do it. Okay? Now I'm gonna say this. Now. When it comes to coming out in the houses and the Bibles, that's a whole different ballgame. You always better look forward to coming out here. Okay, if you're a teacher or you're a reader or camp, a sign holder, you better look forward to coming out here. Okay, you better be ready in the spirit, because if you in the camp and you don't feel like coming out, then you gotta examine yourself whether you're in the faith. Because this is the real work right here. When you come out here in the streets, this is the real deal. Okay, and if you don't like doing the thing that is real, which is coming out here, then you better check your spirit. But I'll even go as far as saying this as well. You got to push those videos out there, man. There shouldn't be a week that goes by past and you've only done one video 1 week. You've only done one.